This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by the Maverick, Shabaz Masoud. How are you, Shabaz? Nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Rob. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thanks. Very well. Always a pleasure to catch up with you. Even more so now that you've got a fight under your belt. You returned to the ring last Friday. Must have felt great to get back in there, and a very impressive win over Louis Norman.
Yeah, it was a long time out, a long time coming, and just can't wait to get back in there now. Just want to punch people's head in.
Obviously, the last kind of year or so, just over a year, has not been ideal for a lot of fighters. I've just come off a call with Lee McGregor, your stablemate, who of course had his fight set back and set back and set back. You're slightly different in that regard, but it's still a significant period of time out. Just how difficult is that when you're going through that spell of inactivity?
It's hard because there's a lot of struggles. Like as fighters, you don't fight, you don't get paid, and like people don't understand that part of it, that element of it, and everyone sees, oh, you're on TV, you fight this and that, and they just think, oh, you're living an easy life. Like the pandemic has been difficult, and obviously not fighting and stuff, you don't get earnings and stuff. I'm a family man, I got earn, so it is very hard, but it's one of those. I always look at it, no matter what struggle I went through, I always thought that the bigger picture is, look, people are losing their lives in the pandemic. So I was always grateful for everything.
It's always a good way to look at things. It's important to remain objective in times like this. But also, that's your job. That's your way, as you say, of earning a living. It's a way of supporting yourself and your family. Were there any particularly bad moments, particularly tough moments to handle while you had that period away from the ring?
It was just constantly getting a date and then I had a lot of issues going on politically within boxing as well before. I had a lot of struggles with management, etc. And then MTK came in and just like, the world's my oyster now. I'm going to be out regular. I'm going to be out all the time. I'm going to be in a step up every fight. Literally, I wanted a 10-rounder title fight for this fight, but it was Louis Norman in 6 rounds. But it's one of those, the better my opponent is, the more I'm going to step up, you know what I mean?
How did you feel when you got back in there? Any early ring rust? Did you feel like it took you a round or two?
I was very nervous, like I didn't show it, and I felt confident, but it was like a confident nervous. But I was nervous because not been in there so long, and it's just like, I don't know, it was a weird one. It's because I've been out of the ring for so long, and as soon as I found my feet after the first round, I was just trying to see what he was doing, but I could feel like, when you try to perform, you try too hard sometimes. Like that's how I felt because I was out the ring for so long. But as soon as I got comfortable, like I was in cruise control and got the job done. You know what I
mean? One of the things that, again, it's been kind of a recurring theme and something to discuss with people is having that time away from the ring, particularly with yourself, with the likes of Ben Davison and Lee Wiley, somebody else I'd like to discuss with you in a minute in the gym. How have you used that extra time to improve as a fighter? And I know it's a very drill-heavy gym. You like to work with drills. You like to work repetition. How beneficial do you think that time just to work and develop your craft has been?
I've been in the gym since my last fight, 15 months straight. I've been with Ben since early June. And literally it's been, sometimes, especially at the start, everything was repetitive. And it was like going over the basics over and over and over till we can't get it wrong. That's why in the fight, even though I give myself a 5 out of 10 after, like that, people were saying this was my best performance to date. And it was a 5 out of 10 for me because I didn't get it spot on. And I'm always like that. I'll come out the ring and I'll say, no, I didn't do it spot on. I should have got him out there in a second. He made a mistake and I should have gone to him. But pissed off thinking about it. Oof. Yeah. I'm annoyed thinking about it right now. But it is what it is. I'm one of them fighters. I wanna better myself every time. So, and I like Ben and Lee Wiley are the exact same. They want to get better.
Yeah, knowing Ben, I mean, I admittedly don't know Lee Wiley very well. I've heard lots of good things about him, but I know
he's
Ben.
A boy.
Yeah, I know Ben well enough to know that they would have been nitpicking on the things that you didn't particularly do well and things that they want to improve on next time. Just
that's
their influence.
But that's what you need, though. In a good team, that's what you need. If you have people around you who just blow smoke up your backside, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You don't want yes men around you. You literally you want the performance of your life. You want to get out there, and they'll say to you, say, no, this is how it's got to be. You got to do this more. And you know what? I'm so grateful to have a team like that, because in this game, there's too many yes men, and my team, they're not like that. If you got to work on something, they're going to say it straight to your face.
What do you think the biggest development that you made in that period of time in the gym was? Obviously, there's no substitute for activity, of course. Any fighter will say that, but having that prolonged period of time to work with Ben and Lee in the gym.
My foundations, and strength, a lot more strength work as well. I've never done strength and conditioning in my life. However, because I'm such an accurate puncher and I'm so sharp, I always hurt my opponents. But now with that new strength, like the more strength work I've been doing now I'm like, I'm hurting kids. Like every shot I landed in this fight, I hurt him, got him out of there. So that's one of the biggest additions to Team Mavericks. You know what I mean? You want to show them off?
Go on, show me. Come on, you got to show me.
No, I can't, man. Can't. You got to pay for this. This fight originally was supposed to be an English title fight for me, but it turned out to be a 6-rounder. But it is what it is. I'm not looking back. I just want to step up. Ben's got a few names in mind, but like I said, I say to Ben all the time, I'm gonna put me in for a title. But obviously, everything is about using your brain, timing it right, and I've got the best team in the game with MTK. And as long as I'm progressing each fight, that's the main thing for me now. Everything's about development, because I do know I'll get to world title level one day, but it's all about just progression. If you don't progress, you ain't gonna get there.
Just a word on somebody who has made a very fast start to his professional career. Your stablemate Lee McGregor added the European title to his growing list of belts. He's now British, Commonwealth, European champion.
He's loving life, man.
How inspirational is that to you at this stage of your career? What sort of lift does that give you?
It was such a good night, mate, last Friday. Like literally, I opened the show and he closed it, and like that's what we were saying. Like MTK Performance Center and the boys, like we've all had knockouts and stoppages, and we just bounce off each other and do all, because we live together. Like we get to know each other's families, we speak to each other all the time, and we've become a good unit. You know what I mean? And even in the gym, like if Lee's got to drill something, I can help him. If I got to do something, he'll help me. Like that's the best thing about it. And we're all around the same mate, so we can look after each other. Sparring partners sometimes don't show up. We say, all right, I'll get my gear on the spark. Like, we look after each other, you know what I mean? But that's the best thing about it. Help each other and achieve together. But obviously, if they're winning titles, I want to be winning titles. That's what I say to Ben. Well, go on, chuck me in, man.
It's good to have that friendly competition in the gym. I know that that's something that Lee McGregor and Josh Taylor have always had. Josh is Lee's biggest supporter, but they have that kind of friendly competition, friendly rivalry within the gym. It's important to have that to help you push on at the start of your career.
No, 100%. It's like even with Lee Wood in the gym, Josh Taylor, you got even Leo DeLonge, like all the new boys who are coming in. Like everyone's pushing each other. If he's gonna in a 10-second sprint, if he's hitting 1,200 meters, next guy will want to get 1,300. Like they're always trying to compete. So it's good work.
How impressed were you with Lee's performance? Obviously, Karim Gurfi's no mug. He's been around on the European stage for a number of years. Destructive performance from Lee McGregor, another first round stoppage.
Mate, it was the best thing about it was I literally watched him drill what he did, like for the last 6 to 8 weeks. He was just drilling it. And just how I was doing my own drills, I seen him drill it, and it just came like that, and he did the job. So he was buzzing. I was so happy for him, because he's had a lot of struggles as well, and he's a family man too. So I wanted him to do it, man. He's a good friend of mine. So.
Okay, Shabaz. Well, before I let you go, we mentioned Josh Taylor there. End of May, big fight in Las Vegas against Jose Ramirez. I'm not going to ask who you think's going to win. I'm sure you're going to be back in your stable, mate. But
he's chinning him. You're chinning him.
Talk to me about that fight. Is it a more difficult fight, do you think, or less difficult fight than the Regis Prograis fight?
I think personally, it's an easier fight than that. However, if you let Ramirez get into his rhythm, you can make it a hard fight. Because he will stand there. He'll want to fight. fight is fight, you know what I mean? So you just got to tactically get it right. Ben's the master of tactics and Lee Wiley. So as long as he listens to camp and he knows what to do, I think he'll stop him within 6.
Are you going to make it over to Vegas?
I was hoping to go and go get some good sparring out there, go get some training. However, the Ramadan's coming up, April 12th to May 12th. So it was pointless for me to go because every year I have 4 weeks off from fighting and training. I'll still train. I'll take over and keep fit because as soon as Ramadan finishes and Ben's back, I'll be back up there looking to get out. Late June, early July, I should be fighting next. So I'll be back down there getting fit and getting ready for it. But obviously, because of Ramadan, I want to spiritually be there, and I'm very with my religion. I'm very strong-minded, and I have to do my fasting.
Okay, well, I'm sure that if Lee can get on the card as well, I'm sure a performance will be bringing back 2 wins for you to celebrate.
100%, man. I'll be sat here screaming my head off with the boys. You know what it's like when Lee Wood fought, and obviously we weren't allowed in the bubble and stuff, so we couldn't watch him. But I was sat on the edge of my seat, and I was like proper nervous for it because one of the lads, you know what I mean. But I can't wait.
Neither can I. Okay, well, Shabaz Masoud, thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Congratulations on getting back in the ring. It's been a very long period of time for you. I hope that it's not another 16 months before we see you in the ring again.
No, you might. I mean, MTK now. MTK would never sit me down for 16 months. Only silly people would do that. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, Shabaz, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Look forward to catching up with you.
Cheers, Rob. Thank you, mate. Yeah.